Hi, Mr. Robert.
Hey, Ricky, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Okay.
And today I will ask you a small question and just talk about what you think.
Okay.
And how long did you come to Taiwan?
Let's see, how long ago did I first come to Taiwan would be, as I remember, it was in July of 2010. So almost 8 years ago.
Yes.
That was my first visit to Taiwan. And also that included some travel to different places in Taiwan and including some travel to Dalu, to mainland China. And then I came back again in December, January. So 2010 and then January 2011 for another visit. But I officially began living in Taiwan, I guess you could say 2012.
And what do you think about Taiwan before you come in?
Well, I'm embarrassed, like many Americans, I didn't really know about Taiwan. You know, it's like so many places in the world that are small countries, and it doesn't appear in the news as often as other countries. So when I first heard from your uncle, that he mentioned he's from Taiwan, so when I heard him, I thought he meant Thailand. You know, and so he had to remind me, no, it's a small island close to mainland China. So I have to say, not very, very knowledgeable about Taiwan. Even though I have some sense of the history of between China and Taiwan, not that much. So my education about Taiwan really started in summer of 2010.
And what do you think now? Think about Taiwan?
It's always great to tell people that I love to live in Taiwan. And there are many reasons to say so. And United States is a great country in many ways. But to compare United States and Taiwan, there's a few very important differences. One is that Taiwan is a very safe country compared to the United States. And in many ways friendlier. I always feel that I can talk to anyone here, or at least try. 你知道我的中文好不好? I can try to speak to anyone, and I have always a good experience with that. People are very friendly here to me and very respectful. And I don't worry. In the United States, even though I'm American and a United States citizen, with some people I need to be very careful. They're just, so that's one thought that I have. And also, the more I lived here, the more I realized Taiwan has a lot of culture. Of course, Taiwanese, in many ways you can say culturally, is the same as China. So there are many connections to ancient Chinese history Taiwanese have. So I believe it's a culturally rich country with many things to offer people that are interested in culture, whether they're the arts, music, of course food. Taiwan is famous for its food, and it should be. Yeah, even though Taiwan is a small country, it has a lot of diversity in terms of beaches, coastline, mountains, the plains. I'm thinking about Tainan, some flat areas too. So its geography to me is very, very rich, and there are many places that are interesting to visit.
Which place is your favorite in Taiwan?
Well, it's not surprising for you to hear me say Kenting. Genting is it's fun for a lot of reasons, but it also has a national park system that is quite big, so a lot of good hiking and geology, fascinating, and it's a playful place. And I don't really have a single favorite place because there's so many places I have been now in Taiwan that I would say are fabulous, wonderful places to visit. Here around Taipei, I enjoy places like Shinbeitou or Yamishan. You have to help me with the coastal town. It's Yeliu.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and Jinsan. Down in the south, I like to visit Tainan. I don't know Kaohsiung very well, but I a couple times have visited there, and I've enjoyed that. Yeah.
What do you think about the good thing and bad thing in Taiwan?
An American will say Chinese culture, or maybe Taiwanese culture, people are somewhat reserved or shy. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but that's a difference between Americans can be a little more outgoing. So it took me some getting used to just appreciating how Taiwanese are different that way. It's not always easy to, I don't know, like joke or humor is different. So I find that sometimes a little bit confusing to me. One thing that I'm always critical about, but that's not just Taiwan, is traffic and vehicles. And Taipei City is crazy, you know, in terms of too many motos and a lot of bad drivers. But let me now say what I really love about Taiwan is the public transportation system. From the local level, whether it's using a U-bike or using the bus system, or using the J-Yun, the MRT, and it's world class. I've been to Europe, I've been to Japan, I've been all around, and Taiwan is as modern as any country in terms of its public transportation. And long distance too. You know, Taiwan has a fabulous I think you say Gautier, the high-speed rail system. It's not that expensive, and it's very fast, very efficient. Let me say one more thing about getting around in Taiwan, which I think is fantastic, is, as you know, the bike system. You have to help me remember the name of it. It's Hebing Gongren. Yeah, is the hundreds of kilometers of bicycle paths taking us anywhere we want to go in Taipei. Good exercise, no car traffic, very safe. Yeah, yeah, many, many positive things to say. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for
Sure.
your talking.
Okay, yeah, it was nice to talk with you, Ricky.